why becoming a business loan broker is one of the worst decisions you'll ever make, and what to do instead. Hi, welcome in. My name is Michael. I am a business loan broker. I'm more than that. I'm a funding expert. I'm someone who fixes, grows, expands, scales business from the bottom up, top down. I review financials. I've done plenty of it. I still do till this day. I look at tax returns, P&Ls, balance sheets, bank statements, credit reports. The list goes on and on. I am very mathematical. I'm better behind the scenes, not the front end business loan broker agent work. I can do that, and I do that at a high level, but I prefer not to. Very introverted, the analytical cerebral type, less words, more action, more reviewing, doing numbers, doing a lot more work up here. And in systems, processes, and operations, building things behind the scenes. I have a very CFO, underwriting, engineering type mind. I was once a chemical engineering student in college. My favorite class is chemistry. I love mathematics. I went into business, got my degree there as I wanted to start a business. I've worked in many fields. I'll try to come back to that later. And I haven't been releasing content on this channel about business loan brokering lately. And if that's what you follow me for, great. And if you didn't know or did, and if you're someone who does follow me for this other type of content as an affiliate marketer and in promoting other people's products and services in exchange for a commission. There are many models in the affiliate marketing space, and selecting the right opportunity is very important. This way, you're not spinning your wheels, going in circles over and over and over again. And I have my own products I've created that I can let you be an affiliate of and promote with 80% commissions. There are other products with 80% commissions, a high ticket one with 80% commissions with 800 or 400 per person. And it's 400 plus and 800 plus when you add other products in low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket income, and residual income products. And it's all shaped the right way so you have the right structuring, processes, systems, the front end to the mid to the back end, high ticket to then the residual income. You can shuffle these and move them in several ways depending on what you're promoting first. And I've been doing high ticket affiliate marketing now for many years. I've been in the other models, did not begin there. Started with the promote the physical product space, made my first commission of like 80 cents in about 11 and a half months in. I was super proud. I validated that this could work. Yeah, it took some time. I was doing a lot of blogging then. Uh, Still, one of my favorite formats is to write and do math. And so that happened. And then I found more, went backwards a bit, went forward again, stepped back, and then I went forward again and found my way. And I was in the health affiliate marketing space. At around the same time, building my digital marketing agency and lead generation business. After many years of that and getting it stabilized and doing more than that, got into the CRM, software as a service, tools, and so much more I was showing people and building a true subscription, membership based type of business, something recurring and passive income. And then going into the funding finance space and doing that. I've been doing that now for many years as a funding expert, also on the real estate side, uh, personal growth and development, self mastery, which is most important in all of it. So, having my values, vision, mission, morals, ethics, governing principles, purpose, character and characteristic traits, habits, and routines. Those are things I work on spiritually and in the highest sense. So, anyway, now that I have that out, I just want you to know where I'm coming from. Not a materialistic person. I love to read. I love to fish. I love listening to rock music, all types of genres. And I'm a family man. Okay, now we can come back. I just had that come to mind. I'm like, I should share that with you. So that's what I share on this channel is on the affiliate marketing side. And if you see my past videos, I've been going through and building a high ticket affiliate marketing business and ecosystem. And if you'd like to learn more about that, look in the description and or if there's a pinned comment and you can access it there. I'll leave you more resources and videos to watch. I highly recommend that. After you're done with this, go watch one of those videos on the high ticket affiliate marketing. I'll also have my group access so you can join my affiliate marketing group where I'm showing others how to do this, people that are sick and tired of their 9 to 5, people who want something else, people that don't just want to provide a service or don't know about providing a service in terms of funding, financing, and other things. So I'll leave that down below in the description. So why is becoming a business loan broker one of the worst decisions you'll ever make? This is in line with an agent. An agent can be a broker, but a referral partner may not be a broker. They could be a broker. It's different alignments and where you're submitting files directly versus indirectly. So having been in this industry so many years, as the quiet, introverted, analytical, cerebral, keep that in mind. That's why I say it. What I'm about to say, I mean this with all due respect as someone who's very kind and nice. I've helped a lot of people get funding. I still do. The thing is, I'll start off with the client side. The client side, this is work. So the front end is like you're doing grunt work. The front end work can be the hardest thing to do in getting somebody into an application. And then the back end is taken care of, whether you are a part of that or not, or some other person, organization, team takes care of that, where they're not dealing with the front end, or maybe they are dealing with both. So if you're the one who constantly has to outreach, outbound, it could be inbound, which is great. You're the one being hunted, you're the one being searched, looked for. You're doing digital marketing to attract people to you, and I can show you that online and offline. I do both. Do heavily online is what I focus on most, though, and less of the offline stuff these days. And for many years, I've built my personal and business brand through content, blogging, videos. I don't like doing video stuff, but it takes a lot of courage for me. I just want to give value, and if that's the most consumable way for people and makes sense, then I will do it to help them. And the greater purpose, community driven, helping them help their employees, the goodness of doing it. And it might be the only business around the area where people and families depend on them. So you got to have a stronger purpose and a why you're doing this, instead of just looking at what you earn in terms of commissions. So on the client side, there's a lot of self-sabotaging, self-defeat. They have worries like we do. Now it's much more friction and resistance because you're dealing with somebody who's getting funding. It's not as simple as you're filling out a quote to receive something so small and pay for something so small. And not that they're paying for funding, they shouldn't. And unless it's like a fee or something that a consultant broker had in between or before, after, etc. I wouldn't do that in that kind of way. And so the client has a lot of resistance. And I know no matter what, in a lot of cases, you try to break that barrier down with their beliefs, their certainty level, their confidence level. Believe me, I have personal growth and development. I understand marketing at a very high level. I'm not the best conversationalist, but when it comes to it, I suddenly become one because I have 13 plus years. That it's just almost like muscle memory. It's still hard. And I don't spend a lot of time on the phone. I'll get to that later. So the clients are already self-sabotaging, self-defeating. They said they wanted to do this and that, and they still didn't do it. They didn't commit to it. To give you micro, macro commitments, or not enough, or nothing along the way. They forgot to submit one document, that the full documents weren't collected. The application isn't completed. They haven't even started it. A denial where you thought they would have gone through. They told you this was that, but then it appeared like this. Junior, senior underwriting, final decision, logic check, or it's another full service, and a lot of documentation needs to be provided. It takes 2 weeks to fund, about a month and a half plus to fund certain services, 2 weeks for another. Not saying that's wrong. Waiting 2 weeks is always wrong. But if you're looking for something that like today and then tomorrow, why would I wait 2 weeks and then the file gets declined or they change their mind? Because a lot of owners do that. And they're going back and forth. And if it isn't with you, that's another thing. And so now you have that going on. Anything can happen in the process. They drop off. And it could be that nothing of this happens. I still have clients who don't do that. But if you're constantly chasing new clients and this is happening, it could be what you're doing, what you're not doing, what they're doing, what they're not doing. But it'll eventually get to a point, and I'm telling you this as, again, somebody who's built a lot of experience in this industry. I have my personal growth and development, myself together as an individual, spirituality, faith, all this is, it's not even me, it's the individual, it's the organization. They don't give you simple feedback when they should have, when it was asked for, when you're not asking for it. But it's like almost common sense that if it were that important, that wouldn't they reach back out to you? And you can make a case that there are other places contacting them that they've been in contact with, but that's beside the point. See, if you didn't get to understand them too at a fundamental human level and built that rapport, it's more likely they're going to deviate from you. If they don't know you, they don't know your heart, they don't know your mind, you don't let them in even just a bit about yourself, that's what makes things difficult. And even then, people still go the opposite direction because a lot of them just don't know better. And I have clients who come to me who have 100, 200,000 a month, a million, 2 million plus per month businesses per year, less than 100,000 a month, 50, 25, 10, less than 1,000, just getting started as a startup. And I help them along the way, and I grow with them over time because I give them a long-term strategy, strategic roadmap, and I'm there to do more than just get them funding. Without the funding, what should they do? What should they fix? Cash flow, long-term, short-term cash flow. What does that look like? What does that do in their business? How does it move? Where's liquidity flowing in and out? There's so much more. But that's what you see a lot of. And there are much more things and stipulations I haven't even mentioned yet in a whole list of what if and this could happen. And it's almost like you're leaving it up to chance. And that whole process of start to finish is so much. And it could be that it's a service that takes a day or 2 days for somebody to get funded. But regardless of that, it's like beyond the point of the kind of work you're going to do. And if you are not ready to do things like your local chamber of commerce, BNI group meetings and events, to uh, have somebody refer you out that couldn't get or could get funding, could be one or the other, and now you have to go meet someone in person. Not that you have to do everything on foot for it to work, but what does work very well is local. Going to your local community, seeing around businesses there. If you made in contact with them going in and asking to speak to the owner, or if you spoke to the owner right away and just dropped your card, you ask for a name and an email, you'll follow up with them in email, and in other ways of getting in contact with them in time. Not that you have to do all that, but local is what wins. And in this era, in this time with AI, uh, blockchain, there's so much evolving in terms of that and technology. And you look at what social media is like now, AI driven content and people not showing their face. People don't know really who they're getting help from. It's all distorted, and it's so hard to trust because of all that. Trust has been lost, and it's not easily given. And because of where we are right now in the economic global climate of dealing with wages, with the housing crisis, with geopolitics of many sorts, monetary, fiscal policy, you have trading going on, exchanging, you have an overall affordability pandemic that hasn't been easily resolved. And by the time you're watching this, if it is or it's on its way up, great. But that's what's not serving most people. And so already you're coming into an ecosystem and environment where you have a lot going against you. Not just all these external factors I'm mentioning. What I said earlier is all these internal things that are going on with the owner, with the group, with the CFO, with the controller, with the COO, if that's who you communicate with and should not. And so think of all that. And then now you got to think about the process of everything it takes, because when somebody fills out an application, it's a pre-qualification application. And then they got to go through the process. Unless they already filled out the full application, they submitted documents or you collected them to send them and reviewed them first, because I like to do a lot of that myself. Other times they go through just so we can see a soft pull before I start asking for everything, and or on the back end, etc. What makes most sense to do for each service, and I do them all: credit, cash flow, collateral, equity, liquidity and equity, private equity, private debt, private credits. I have $1 billion valuation projects I've been able to be a part of, and others, and in getting investors to owners and owners to investors. I have other fields I've been in, and it's just a further ever expanding thing, and you get to expand your skill sets. So it's not like it started for me day one and I got all these skills. It just kept building, and I started understanding business and understanding businesses, their operations, their needs, their problems, constraints, excuse me. And then that helped me evolve even more than where I was, and putting these things all to use in the applications of them. So those are a large amount of them things. And then when you're doing a lot of stuff online too, and you're trying to run ads, it's like the cost per clicks, the amount of advertising you'd have to do, and changing your advertising uh, creative in a day, because you got to split test so much, and it's such an ever fast moving environment. If you're not spending 15, 20, 30,000 plus a month, you're losing out on opportunity. It takes a lot of volume in most cases when you're running advertising, or it can be less depending on the service, depending on the targeting, depending on what you're trying to do overall and help someone with. So there you got that going with you. You could be doing a lot of free content online like I have, but I built it over years. I built it over time. Not saying it'll take you that long or that you should wait that long. Just depends on your approach, depends on your strategy. If you're growing a community or you're growing an ecosystem to communicate with people and post them there and reach out to people and see what they would need help with, what they would like help with. So factor all that in. You have all the clients going anywhere and everywhere a lot of times. Character issues. A lot of people in the funding space can be nasty, and I mean it on both sides. I It's just the character thing. It's like you can help people grow and change and that, but do you really want to be spending your energy and time on those? Likely not. Those who want to win, you may, but it's always become a thing where you have to keep following up. Not that you would in any other industry or business. It's just a continuum of, are they going to get back to me? Where is the simple feedback? Like, I'm very punctual. I'm efficient. I'm effective. I'm organized. Very kind, nice person. People know me who know me well. My soul, my heart, my mind, my spirit, my faith, etc. I care a lot about that and my health. And helping the person the most, and giving to the person the most, more than just the business. It's about the person, the individual, the people within that business, and more. And so that you have a lot of shady funders, organizations, people backdooring depending on the service. And if you're anything like me as an entrepreneur, not just a business person, I'm very punctual. It didn't happen from day one, but I see everything because I'm quiet. I have multiple tabs open, emails open. I'm over here doing a piece of content. I'm over here reviewing a document, a couple of them for my first 4 or 5 hours in a day. Then I'm doing this in the meantime. In my afternoon, I'm doing this next thing. So it is, like, in terms of commissions, sure, but don't look at it commissions. Like, there are those types of products, or I should say a product out there that may pay more than 3, 2%, 4%. It's going up there to 8% plus. That doesn't mean you should be promoting that, and that should be your fixation and your focus. Just because you can earn the most doesn't mean it's the right product for the person who takes it. And more often than not, it may not be the product that's best for them, because they're not using it to grow and expand and maybe double their margin, increase their ROI, increase their marginal revenue return, their rate of return. What does it look like at the margin? Their cash flow, how is that doing? Making sure it's sustainable, it's ever growing, it's going up. And it's a lot more to pay attention to in understanding business and business development than just getting someone funding. Because a lot of people get people into the wrong funding source. They give them the wrong way of looking at something and then getting into the funding. It's a critical thinking that most people in the funding space just don't have entirely. And I've seen it over and over. I don't trust a large percentage of the people in my industry. I would likely not get along with most, and not because of me. It's just a preference. It's my personality, my character. And when you see what I'm talking about on this side, you will understand if you haven't yet. It's these kind of characters you see a lot of. And you don't have to be a salesperson. You don't just have to help somebody and confirm to them, diagnose what the actual problem is, prescribe to them the solution, and go from there. So I could say a lot more that's going on and about the industry. It's given me a lot of great times, still does. However, it's not even the main focus. So what should you be doing then? If this is all going on and I'm giving you clarity and transparency, I'm telling you what I recently told a few people who wanted to become a business loan broker and have signed up. And I'll continue to. If people come to me and if I get asked how easy this is, and even if I don't, I'll tell them just here's the reality and a lot of what I just told you. And there's so much more. But remember the process that it takes just to get someone funded, and there are different services. And you could use funding as a way, or like kind of like as a tool to then get into something else. Like you can start putting it into investments, dividend stocks, crypto, S&P 500. If you're trading short term, long term hold position and positions, there's other things to do besides saying I'm just going to stick to funding. Unless that's your shtick, it's the thing you want to do. By all means, keep to it. That's your thing. You already have clientele. Maybe you want to run through and then you go do something else. Whatever that means to you, it's something for everyone and it's different for everyone. But all that work that it would take, in other cases, it's not that much, but oftentimes you'll find that. And just offering a service isn't always so scalable. So if I can take what I get here, get immediate cash flow or something similar, move it into what I'm about to go into, that would be helpful, or get started right away with what I'm about to share. Excuse me. So what I would suggest, and as I was telling a few individuals the other day, I was on the phone with them. And I don't like doing phone calls. I don't like getting on the phone. It's not for me. It's not my personality. It's not you. When you know yourself, you don't just do things just to do them because you want to satisfy someone else. But if you really did care, you're like, yeah, I have an opportunity to save someone and help someone understand. And I hope this video is helpful because you're not going to hear this everywhere. Everybody's going to just try to pump you into a course. And a few individuals recently, both of them, were going after a course. I said don't. And other things that are out there and how people are truly making their money by selling you a course, may upsell you with websites, funnels. They take a small split or a portion. If a deal gets funded, you may make the most. They get a bit, but all they need is like 4 to 5 super brokers or super winners, and that's enough. While you're out there doing still a lot of the grunt work to bring them, where they may not be getting clients themselves funded because they don't need to. They look at you as the person bringing the people in. Not saying that model's wrong so much, but you see a lot of that out there, and you got to ask yourself who's truly winning in the long term. What's more sustainable and growable, and profit wise, like long term. So all that is there. I would focus on the high ticket affiliate marketing, and this is the way. I have again a video I made on this, so I highly recommend you check that out below. I'll leave my group down below in the description. There are different models in the affiliate space promoting other people's products. I have my own, like I said before, and this is one where I would focus on the high ticket side. So I have multiple groups, Facebook, school, etc. And for example, you can be in one of my groups and I can show you a lot of things. I have a financial literacy and growth hub group, and it doesn't have to be for affiliates. It's not only for affiliates, it's for people who are there to learn about financial literacy and would like to pick up some things along the way, some resources, etc. And you have to think about this path. So right now, in the digital business space, you see content. People are producing said content. For example, Facebook, they post something and it gets engagement, likes, comments, shares, etc. By that I mean etc. Different emojis, the heart, the care, etc. And so when you post something, it could get engagement. You might not get engagement, it might not get as much. There's a way to do this. You understand the algorithm, you understand what you're posting strategically, not posting just to post and over again and not getting any traction. And the more posts doesn't make it better, doesn't always mean that. Quality posts. And so you have a post, it can be there, it can be on Instagram, it can be a video you made, it could be a blog post, although it's kind of harder nowadays with AI and everything, and the rankings on the search engines. So video is what works. You can tell your story, you can do a lot of things, different angles, approaches, write a newsfeed post. So for example, we do a Facebook newsfeed post, and I give you templates, I give you exactly what to use. You can customize it, model it, short, long form type of content that works. And so this post is here. You have a post. What's the strategy? Why do we post? We're posting for what? To get eventually what? It's not to go from a post to a sale. It's to go from post. Our strategy is then what do we do after somebody comments, or what's the purpose of us putting this post up before we even put it up? We want to drive people into a community. In a community, it could be a Facebook group. And you don't have to go out and create your own. If you wanted to over time or right away, you can. I have my own. And you can send people in there, and I'm going to help you. And just hear me here. So the strategy then is to get people in. The path is to get people into a community. Why a community? Well, let's say you post, that post expires after 24 or so hours. It's gone into the ether, or it's there, but it's not like getting the same engagement, or it once was, or it is now, still rolling days and weeks and months. I have posts like that do that, but it's not always the case, and you're expecting virality when it doesn't happen, or it does, but then you're on to the next thing and then another trend. And so it's posting strategically with this in mind, that when you do make a post, we want to then have somebody reply, or you set a little emoji pointed down in the comments, reply or comment, something like that, more or less. And so when somebody comments, you see that, you hover over their profile, you click to send them a message, it will appear. You can go to their profile directly too, and I have a script and things like that, and you'll send them a message saying hello, hi, hello, hi. It's, you don't have to say your name like that, but, or it's this, it's I hope you're doing well. I saw your comments on my post about that. I wanted to send you the free access to the Facebook group, to the link. Here it is. Put the link there, and then underneath that, you could say, there's a workshop, or you could say even before you send the link, before I send you the link to that group, there's a workshop in there that you can watch. Give it a look, something like that, and please let me know what stood out most to you. After you're done watching the videos, please let me know what stood out most to you, or you could leave the link and then say that after, so people see that, and that frames the mind of coming back. Even if they didn't, you can follow up because you have opened up that chat, and it's much more intimate now that you have that chat open than just emailing people. And you don't have to be on the phone doing this. Just so you know, you can add it if you wanted to, but it's not needed to be able to put your place in it, or you have to be on the phone, and it's not a sales call. It's not that. And I'll get to what you can use to avoid that. So now they're in the group, they've joined the community, they've answered 3 questions to join, and I'll see that, and who referred you. They may mention your name. If not, here's how, and you can let me know too in case. And so it's like, okay, who am I giving credit to? If they bought, they came through my group, they joined this one product, or they joined one of my products that I created, they come back to you, they join the high ticket one. You'll know for sure, it's because you're an affiliate of that product. So when they join through you, you're the one getting credit for it. So when they come into the group, I have a welcome post. The welcome post, well done, and it goes step 1, step 2, or something similar to it. And like, it could be step 1, step 2, then watch the workshop video. They go to my guide section, they get to watch it. That post has in the body of it, please refer back to the person who referred you to the group, to the workshop, and let them know they asked you or something like that about something or whatnot. So it may be like that, more or less. And then there you go. That workshop is what's doing the heavy lifting. It's a Google slide presentation that I made that's well put together, and I go through with people on the 5 financial traps that keep people stuck. Why school never taught you about money, the 5 financial traps that keep most people stuck. And I go through slides and go through that with them and give them a roadmap and so much more to access there through the presentation that they can learn from. And so now you can continue the communication with them, and I give you a DM script to continue communication, to start communication into a high ticket type product. So what do we do now when we have that engagement? We have that workshop doing the heavy lifting for us. Now we're able to continue the communication with our DM script. You say this, they say that. You can customize it to yourself, to your personality, character. But now we're doing you, prospect this and that, back and forth. And so now what you would do at that point, when you get to it, and you'll know when, is you send them what's called an offer document. Your offer document is what handles objections, that shows your story in it through the transformation of what they're going to get from accessing this product. and how valuable it is. So it's important to understand the transformation, especially with the high ticket product, which is high ticket, higher cost. Doesn't mean that it's going to be always more effort or that it means more effort than something lower ticket. So this is the way to go in the path, and I give you bonuses you can share with them, like a 72-hour scarcity, where bonus section where they get this within 72 hours. They get X surplus amounts of bonuses that are amazing that they wouldn't have gotten if after the 72 hours are over. So once you show them the document, the 72 hours go from there. And then if they don't pick it up, then there's also a 50% discount link that they can access. Sure, you can do it the opposite, but let's work off this way. And now, is that better for them? And okay, that makes sense. And it could be something that they join, but they have to join through something else before they go there. And that's how you do it. And then you build that continuous force ecosystem. You start bringing people in more to the community, and communities are great because the content doesn't disappear like as if you were putting it on your newsfeed. And I mean disappear as in like people aren't commenting or people aren't seeing the post. But when people are in the group, they might not comment on it, they might not like it or engage with it, but they're seeing it for the most part. They can be scrolling through your groups, finding out what other things are in here that I can get access to and learn, and what are people saying and posting. So that stuff is sitting there, and your content is doing the heavy lifting. My content in the group, and if you post, value post, not sell or any of that. It's valuable post. So if you do that, not that you had to, but if you did, it's another touch point. It's like, oh, I see Martin, I see Serena, I see someone who's brought me into the group, and or you could be commenting on one of my posts, things like that, and that can show, hey, they have questions on this, and this is going how it goes, and people just naturally get curious about something, and they want to find out more. How can I get access to? What are they doing? What is that? I want to know more about that workshop. Unless they had already watched it, they're still in the group on the fence. They're watching, they're seeing more, and that's how it goes through. And that's what I would be focused on. Again, I have a video that explains a lot more. I'll leave it for you down below in the description. There's plenty more and different terms I go over. If this is something that you would like to not only learn more about, but it's something you'd like to get started with, again, please look in the description for my group to get access to, unless you're already in. If you want to reach out to me by email, I'll try to leave my email in the description. It should be in there. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to voice them for me down below in the description comments. Excuse me. So I'm winded, I'm tired, cerebrally. Like I said, I'm not one to do videos, but I wanted to get this out to you so you understand that I care about you. And I wish somebody, not that I didn't know because I didn't start in the funding finance space first, but I wish when I was in the affiliate space, somebody was more like that and came from that other side to then say, oh, I know what it's like helping businesses and business owners. It's awesome. Don't get me wrong. Whether you're working on the blue collar or white collar side, I've done blue collar work. I'm a cerebral, more of a in my head at doing analytical work, and I have done that. And with Excel, with databases, with supply chain, inventory ordering, and these positions. But before there, I was in construction, field position. I was in manufacturing, field position, to the blueprint room. And I've been in warehousing. I was once a ramp agent in a courier role, administrative dispatch, and not like it, like some of these other roles. But sometimes you have to do what you need to do. And then to a financial logistics position. There's a huge downturn. I was underpaid. 50 plus people relieved eventually. I have to go back on unemployment benefits and food stamp cards. So it was one of those things, and getting into a business was the appropriate thing, not just getting another job, another career. And if you're in that position now and you've been trying and looking everywhere and you're thinking, nah, I don't know about funding, I'm not saying you don't have to start it or shouldn't, but just take that with caution, with a grain of salt. And if you wanted to add funding, you could also add that to the back end, to the whole high ticket, experience and the cash flow ecosystem and what I give you access to. So I hope that was helpful for you to understand. I know there's more without me showing it on screen. You want to see the on-screen stuff and more, I'll leave more in the description. Hope you got a lot of value. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate you giving it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe and click the bell notification icon so you do not miss any future content I'll be coming out with. that is all for today. Thank you.